Hi there, this is Mr. Little again, and in this video we're going to learn how to memorize vocabulary. So we're going to learn more specifically why memorizing vocabulary is so important. We're going to learn how to do it in a way that sort of tricks the brain into remembering it. And we're going to take time together to create flashcards and then learn how to use them properly so that we are able to really learn the material and do so quickly and efficiently with the least amount of effort. So let me start out by being very clear and upfront with you. If you memorize more words, you are learning more Spanish. If you choose not to memorize words, you are not learning Spanish. Learning Spanish is the goal of this class, and for many of you, hopefully, is a life goal. Something that you want to do in order to enhance your future. The more Spanish words you know, the more words you will be able to understand, whether listening or reading, the more words you'll be able to use in writing and speaking. It is plain and simple. If you know a lot of words, you know a lot of Spanish. Don't know a lot of words, don't know a lot of Spanish. And so, in order to learn words, you have to trick your brain into remembering them. How many people do you know that say, I took Spanish or French or German or whatever, and I don't remember any of it? That's because their brain deleted it. You think, well, but they were trying to learn. Yeah, they were, but your brain is really smart, smarter than you are. The brain has this ability to determine on its own what it needs for survival, and it deletes everything else. That's why you remember some things very well and others you can't, because for whatever reason, your brain determined that information was really important or wasn't. Our job is to trick your brain into remembering all of its Spanish so that you can do well in class and learn Spanish and use it in the world. The thing is, whatever language you use at home, your brain understands is really important because it's necessary to communicate with the people around you. But if you don't have people you have to speak to in Spanish, your brain won't consider it mandatory. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of the Spanish into short-term memory, and then we're going to convert it into long-term memory. And that's how we're going to trick your brain. So to do that, we're going to do something really simple. We're going to use good old-fashioned flashcards. I know in 2020, the year of the pandemic where we have so much distance learning, still there are things that are really simple and tangible, in your hand, you can touch it, that are more effective than online tools. There are flashcard Quizlets online. These are much better. There's something about writing it out and having it in your hand that changes it, makes it much different than having it just online. So I expect all of my students to create flashcards and to use them at home. Also, you'll do it in less time than if you tried to just do it all online. I promise. I've learned 3 other languages. This works. So first off, you're going to make the flashcards. You will take the vocabulary list that Ms. Lopez and I have assigned, and each word that is listed in English and then Spanish, you will write on a flashcard. Put the Spanish on the same side, and then put the English on the other side. You'll have a short stack of them, 20 or 30. And then we will begin. So here's how to do it. Watch closely. Before I start, I want to go online and listen to what the words sound like. I want to make sure to include even the easy words. For example, la capital, capital. Really easy. But you need to learn that the word capital is the same in Spanish. So it's not that it's hard to learn how to say capital, it's that you need to remember that that word is the same in English and Spanish. So you're still learning something. Whereas the word for book is not el buco, it's el libro. So you have to train your brain to remember which words are the same, even if they are very easy when you first see it. Take the words. I need you to gather 5. Take the first 5 off the top. And then you're going to start by looking at the Spanish. And you're going to guess the English. La capital, I bet that's capital. And then flip to verify every time. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Oh, that's a hard one. That doesn't look anything like English. How old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? Okay, whatever. De. Is that like of or from? Okay. ¿Cómo te llamas? Oh, that's something about my name, right? What's your name? Hey, what's your name? Okay. España. Spain. Okay, yeah, the mother country. All right, now I started over. Shuffle. De. That was like from, I think. Okay, all right. ¿Cuántos años tienes? I think that's like, oh yeah, how old are you? La capital, capital. Yep, got that one. ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name? Okay. España, Spain. I remember that one now. I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to keep doing that until I know all 5 of these in English from the Spanish. Then I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to start with the English because I need to know from English to Spanish. Of or from. Oh gosh, I knew that one. What was it? De. Oh, that's right. De. What's your name? ¿Cómo se llamo? ¿Cómo te llamas? Oh, that's right. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? All right. Capital. Oh, that's the same. Capital. Oh, I remembered that one. How old are you? Oh, that's a hard one. ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años? Okay. Spain, that's easy. España. Of or from? De. Okay. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? Good. Let me shuffle. Once you learn all 5 of them, you set the 5 aside. Pick up 5 new ones. And do those. It should take you 5 minutes or fewer for every stack of 5 words. So at about 20 minutes, you stop studying. And that's the key. Don't study more than 20 minutes at a time. If your brain starts to hurt at 15 minutes, stop. If your brain feels overloaded, it's going to dump all of the information out. You have to set Spanish aside and work on something else. Do your math or go get a snack or something. I don't know. Hang out with your friends. Well, don't hang out with your friends in the pandemic, but you know what I mean. Your brain can only handle so much. Think of it as like you can only take so much stress or anxiety. Or think of it as you only can run so long before you need to walk and sort of catch your breath. Same with vocabulary in Spanish. And so another important takeaway for that is you can't do this all right before a test. So what I need you to do, and this is your assignment, for every time you get a vocabulary list, that first day or two, within 2 days, make your cards. There will never be more than 30 or 40 on a list, and often there will be fewer. Make your cards and go through them for 15 to 20 minutes. And do that every day. Once you get through all of them one time, and you know them kind of well, then on this particular list, I want you to go through all of them at one time. And the ones you don't know, put all of those aside. The ones you guessed completely right on the very first try, like the next day, you can set those aside. You don't need those anymore. Now you're just working on the hard ones. You see how that works? You've already studied it. You kind of knew it yesterday, but now today you're pulling out the ones that you've had the most trouble with. It could be half of them, it could be 2/3 of them, it could just be 3 of them. Whatever you had struggled with, I need you to pull those aside, reserve them, and study and work through those. And then the next day, go through all of them again, one time. It takes a minute. And see which ones you can guess from the English into Spanish. Pull out the ones you struggled with and only study those. You might only be studying 6 or 7 minutes and then be done. Set it aside. Don't look at it again. Really, at the end of 1 week, maybe even 4 or 5 days, you will know every word here. You will know it by heart. You won't have any question. You don't need to study them anymore. Not until I give you another list. And why would you? You know it. And when you know it, you know it. You don't have to worry about it. And that's what I want for you. I want you to know Spanish like it's easy. Like it's not hard. Like it's just something you've always done. It's just so natural. That's our goal. That's how to memorize vocabulary. Finally, one last thing I want you to hear, and that is, if you try to cram it all before a test, you're going to auto-delete it. If you try to learn it when you're super stressed out or anxious, you're going to auto-delete it because your emotional and intellectual centers are connected, and even though you understand it, your emotional center will delete it. So make sure you're in a comfortable environment where you don't feel rushed. Finally, for organizational purposes, I recommend that you make a card that says what list or date this vocabulary is from. Use a clip or a rubber band together and hold on to it so you can review it for tests or the midterm. Anyway, that is how to memorize vocabulary with as little effort as possible.